hips, legs, feet, and toes. Keeping our awareness on the light that we are, on the breath that we are. We allow ourselves to rest the thinking mind. Gently coming back to the breath, to the light. And as we come back to this light that we are, the breath that we are, we know that whenever we feel lost or separated from the divine, we can simply come back to the knowing that we are the light. We are the breath. We are the heartbeat of all that is. And so now I invite you to bring your attention back into your chair, the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and very gently open your eyes. Thank you for joining me in this meditation.
Thank you.
And we move back into the room. Good morning, everybody. Excellent. Excellent. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Let your voice repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize a God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Let your voice repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the love of each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, come together, come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, come together. In the name of everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. Are you getting the message loud and clear? Your soul is welcome here.
Always enjoy it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. My name is Ed Torres. Wait a minute, no. Eileen. Make that Eileen. And it is truly an honor and a privilege to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. We are a New Thought spiritual community and all-inclusive to all the spiritual truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. We focus on the philosophy of science of mind, which was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, and he developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. We honor all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths, no matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith. You are always welcome here. Always. Now, where was I? If you are with us for the first time, please raise your hand, and we have one, we have two, we have three. How wonderful. I'll be with you shortly. And we are delighted to have you with us today. A gentle reminder, please silence your cell phones and place them safely away so you may participate in the service more freely. And again, I say thank you and welcome, and how wonderful it is to have you all here, each and every one of you. We love you dearly. My soul is welcome here. That's what they say.
Thank you, Eileen. For those of you who are new here, we have this point in the ceremony, which is sort of reflected of the pre-service meditation, but just in a small way. For anybody who's just walking in the door, it's this centering music. It's an opportunity to center, to find the quiet divine voice within, and to set up the rest of the service, to set the intention in the room. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one family, joining in one family. We are all one. We are all one.
So I invite each of us to turn within for our opening prayer. We know that there is only one life, one divine presence that is throughout the universe. It is infinite. It is unconditional love. It is the perfection of life. This divine presence we can call God, Spirit, the universe, whatever touches our heart. This one presence is that. And I know that it has created me and you, each one of us, and everyone on this planet from its image and likeness. We are all one, together, here, in this moment, to give blessing to all that is about to unfold here this morning. I know that every song that is sung, every interaction, every word that is said is coming from that divine presence that is within each one of us. And so I give great thanks for all that's about to unfold for us here in this place and beyond. And we just allow it to be so as we say together, and so it is.
Hi, excuse me. I'm Gail Yandell, and I'm going to do the reading for today. And I'm going to read something Reverend James Daly wrote. The birth of truth. The birth of truth in our life is dynamic departure from our human experience. Therefore, it takes time to gestate and birth in our consciousness. Up to this point, we have believed that we are simply human beings who is required to make things happen in our life. The only people that we depend on are ourselves and those trusted individuals that we have met on our life's journey. Truth tells us something entirely different. Truth says that the creative energy of this universe is not somewhere out there, but actually resides within our very being. That energy will help guide and support us if we allow it to do so. That is a huge leap of faith. This is why speaking this truth indiscriminately to everyone and everywhere is not a wise decision. Truth needs to be nurtured so that it can spread internally and grow strong. Individuals who haven't been exposed to truth will challenge you and tear down your beliefs. Time is needed for you to work with this truth and experience truth in different aspects of your life before you can deal with the naysayers. I wrote last week about infinite possibilities, and that is what truth guides us to when we recognize the creative energy of the universe flows through us. Then anything is possible. The only limits are the ones that we set for ourselves. Those limits are from our ego. Our ego reverts back to believing that we must make things happen rather than trusting this immense power within us. The ego uses our mental, physical, and emotional energies to move through this life's journey. When truth is embraced, we now complete our conscious energy with our spiritual energy. Combining all things are possible. That Spirit of God within us takes the reins and guides our total consciousness to where we desire. When we allow spiritual energy of divine love to be our guiding light, then we live the life that we are meant to experience. Reverend James Daly. As I was contemplating all of this and oneness and abundance for the talk today, these thoughts came in from my heart and my consciousness. So many thoughts of oneness, so many mystical experiences. Yet as I contemplate oneness, an awareness of conscious connection enters my mind, sitting in this sacred space with friends, some connected for years, others just moments. Yet conscious communion is tethered as we sit together. The wisdom speaker begins their talk. We choose to open to receive the wisdom. In that moment, I can feel the connection, conscious connection is connected. We are one. The profoundness of this connection is limitless as we choose to embrace the virtues of the wisdom shared. It transforms us. As we move through our life, the tethers remain. Oneness and abundance is ours here and now. Namaste.
Thank you, Gail. From that beautiful and gentle reading. The same message can be expressed in different ways, and I'm just bridging this here to warn you. This is a little more in your face. There was something you said about the naysayers and how speaking truth to naysayers is not always an easy thing or even an advisable thing. There's one line that I have in several songs, and it shows up in this one in a different way. That is, there is no separation. For me, that is the essential truth. And that's another way of saying all is one, or et cetera, kind of the topic of the day. So this is a piece called One with All That Is. Now, there's no need for anger, there's no witches here to burn. My soul is in no danger, but thanks for your concern. I know you're well-intentioned, and you're all right by me, because you're one with all that is, all that was, and that will be, because you're one with all that is, all that was, and that will be. So just relax, take a breather from that missionary urge. No savior needs to save me, there's no demons here to purge. You see, we're all connected, me to you and you to me. We're all just one with all that is, all that was, that will be. We're all just one with all that is, all that was, and that will be. Dancing's permitted. Those old labels don't apply here. I'm not an infidel. I'll never get to heaven, that I'll never go to hell. I'll never reach nirvana. That's okay, you see, because I'm one with all that is, all that was, and that will be, because I'm one with all that is, all that was, and that will be. How about you?
Oh my gosh, Al. Pass the plate, we're done. Wow, that was wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm so happy that all of us are here together this morning. You might notice that on the tables and a few of the chairs that I have to do a little shameless advertising here. I have a flyer for you about a class that I'm beginning on the 21st of this month, and I'm allowing people to attend 3 ways. Wow. You can attend in person in the afternoon, in person in the evening, or you can attend on Zoom, either in the afternoon or the evening. These classes are going to be based in Hemet, at the Hemet Center for Spiritual Living, where I am currently their senior minister. And I am inviting everyone to join us. And if you want to join by Zoom, I will need your name and your contact information so that I can get all of the Zoom information to you. So you'll need to sign up on the sign-up sheet that is on the conference table, I think. Okay, and there are 2 sheets, one for the evening class, one for the afternoon class. Now the class is called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. Yeah. Well, this is a famous quote by our founder, Ernest Holmes. And change your thinking, change your life is a way for us to express how important it is for us to be positive in our thought rather than negative, because what we think, we receive. And sometimes when we're thinking negative, we receive the negative, don't we? Yes. And there is more to that, and that we will explore in this class. We're going to look at a way to take this philosophy, this science of mind philosophy, and make it so that you have tools to work it in your life in the area of relationships, health, and abundance. So, love, health, and money. Who doesn't want all that? So, and the tuition is $175. This is a 6-week class, and the $175 can be paid in payments. But if that is not in your budget, I invite you to talk to me about that, because I feel it is more important for people to learn more about this teaching and to apply it in their life than it is for the full amount of the tuition and all that nonsense. So talk to me if you would like more information about that. And you have today to sign up, and you have next Sunday to sign up, and then after that the class starts on Thursday. Now, this morning I'm bringing you some inspiration that I just love this book. It's called The Art of Abundance by Dennis Merritt Jones, who is now retired and living in Florida and wherever else in the world, but he was the senior minister at the Simi Valley Center for Spiritual Living for years. So he speaks our language, and today I'm talking about chapter 1 of this book, Be One with Life. So we're going to see what he has to tell us about the art of abundance by being one with life. Does that sound okay with you? All right, good. And by the way, just for those of you who are new here and don't know me, my name is Reverend Carrie Masters, and I've been around a minister for, 20 million years, so, and I was minister here at one point, but I seem to be bopping around the Inland Empire being minister at different churches, and now I'm in Hemet. So, that's me. Here we go. The song that Al just sang, or the rap that he just did, we love it, says everything about the fact that we can't help but be one with life. We can't help it. If we don't want to be, too bad. you are one with life. We need to be conscious of that oneness and really appreciate it and be mindful of oneness also. Now, oneness isn't sameness. We could never be the same and be able to express our own innate gifts. We have within us all that came to us from our parents, our families, our culture, in the form of habits, the way we think, the way we eat, the way we dress, and so on. So we're not the same, but we are one with each other. It's sort of like brothers and sisters. We all have the same qualities of our parents, and so does our brothers and sisters, but we're not alike with our brothers and sisters for the most part. We're all different. And we are breathing the same air. We are walking on the same earth as everyone else. And we are one with the Creator, the one who created us. We have all of the attributes of that Creator within us. Now, I had quite an epiphany one day when I was driving down the freeway, coming home from work, because I was thinking about God and how busy God is creating. And then I realized, oh yeah, and God created me as well as my parents and my grandparents and on and on. And then it hit me, just like that God is within me. God is me. God is you. You are the divine right now, in this moment. So I'd like to have you, I would like to invite you, you don't have to do anything, but I would invite you to turn to someone nearby and say, you are the divine. That's right. Yes, you are. And you know, when we know that, it really helps us to move forward on our path into a life that is just filled with all sorts of good. Ernest Holmes, in his classic work, The Science of Mind, said this. He said, when we know our oneness with God and law, now let me stop here for a minute. With law, you mean the police? No, not at all. The law is a creative medium, and it turns everything that we speak into it into form. And so this creative medium, Ernest Holmes called the law, and because it always works, always works. If we have an affirmation that we're saying that says, gee, I'm abundant, that's an affirmation. It's a firm statement going into the law, and the law says what? Yes. Always says yes. And you receive abundance in some form. So we just need to know about the law here just for 1 second. Let me go back and begin that quote again. When we know our oneness with God and law, what a great burden is lifted. Any sense of opposition is removed from the consciousness that perceives unity. So if we know that we're one with everything, there's no opposition to that. Nothing can oppose the fact that we're one, because we can't help but being one with everything. Nothing opposes us except our own thought, believing that there isn't enough to go around or that we're not enough. It might cause our life to be lived from a place and a belief in lack and limitation. We don't want to live there, do we? That's just not fun. Dennis Merritt Jones, in his book, says, from time immemorial, Humankind has fought and struggled to survive. Throughout history, the belief in not enough has dominated the minds and the behavior of the majority of human beings. It is the illusion that you are separate from the source of your abundance that gives birth to a belief in not enough. It's an illusion of being separate from the Creator, from each other, and from your own self. Being separate from your own self gives you the illusion that you're not enough. Now, I know that this not enoughness, I call it, is something that I've struggled with through my life, and I'm sure none of you have had that problem. But the belief in not enough is lack and limitation. It is a lie, and it acts like a virus that spreads through families, communities, businesses, spiritual communities, and on and on. And this belief keeps us stuck until we change our perspective. Yeah. When we feel separate from God, who moved? We did, yes. When we feel separate from God, we're feeling separate from that beauty that is within ourselves. I truly believe, having experienced enough of it to have this belief, that when people are in a place of being depressed or having seasonal affect disorder, and that depression separates us from the oneness that we really are. It separates us from that self of us that is glorious and beautiful and filled with love and light and has all of the enoughness that it needs in order to express life fully. So when we are in that state, we have moved ourselves away from the divine out there, in here, and everywhere. And so if we do feel separate from God, and sometimes that happens, it's okay. All you have to do is when you get into those kinds of places and you just don't feel like anything is going to work out, it's just awful, oh, woe is me. Well, what if you just raised your head up and thought about God instead? Your vision of God. What is your idea of God? Is it a light? Is it a person sitting on a cloud with a book in his lap saying, ooh, you did bad? That's not my version of God, but whatever your version of God is, think about that. It might be the beauty in a lake or the ocean, whatever it is. Move yourself out of that space by remembering your divinity. Remember, you are divine. That other person told you so, right? We just did that, yes. So, a lot of times, our thoughts of not enoughness grows and spreads through our lives and leaves us stranded in darkness. You don't want to be there. We can end up in that darkness being like fish swimming in the water or in the ocean, in a lake, and asking, where's the water? It's right there. It's right there within and around. Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, who has that beautiful church in Culver City that it's just tiny. I feel bad for them. No, I don't. He says this, the truth is that there's more than enough to go around. There is more than enough creative ideas. There is more than enough power. There is more than enough love. There is more than enough joy. All of this begins to come through a mind that is aware of its own infinite nature. All of these knowings come through us when we are tuned in to our infinite nature. And there's enough for everyone, he says. If you believe it, it will show up for you. And that's the truth. Living in abundance is more than having all the money you need and all the things that you desire. It's far more than that. Abundance is noticing the beauty around you and appreciating your good health. Don't we all appreciate the fact that we are healthy enough to come here this morning and live life? Absolutely. Noticing when we feel peaceful or joyful or even feel sad or lonely or whatever that is. We can move past all of the negative stuff because we live in abundance. And I'm telling you, when you get your perspective going in the right direction, what you'll notice is that you are a body of cells, correct? Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here. And every cell is a light of the divine. In the middle of every cell, there is that tiny light that scientists didn't know what that was until I screamed it out when I read it. I said, well, I know what it is. That's God. That light at the center of every cell is God. It's the divine. Yeah. Now, I want to take a moment to come into the idea of mindfulness, because the practice of mindfulness is calling our thinking mind back to where the body is. We're calling ourselves back to oneness. I'm sure that you may have experienced times when you were driving down the road and you started thinking about something and solving a problem or having a conversation in your own head or whatever, but you were thinking on this drive. And then you ended up at your destination and then wondered, did I do anything wrong while I was driving? Is everything okay? You don't even remember what you were doing while you were driving and thinking, because your mind took you away from your body. So when you are allowing yourself to bring your mind back to where your body is, then you're creating this spacious opening that allows you to bring the gift of your whole life to the world. Mindfulness helps us experience the richness contained in the present moment, experience the amazing gift of that, and the blessing of being fully alive. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Mindfulness does that for us. Yeah. And the payoff to mindfulness is freedom. Woohoo! I like freedom, do you? Yes, yes. All right, Wayne Dyer says, freedom means you are unobstructed in living your life as you choose. Anything less is a form of slavery, he says. Freedom means you are unobstructed in living your life as you choose. So this week, I've got some suggestions for you for your spiritual practice as you move into this next week. Remember that you are divine. Yeah. Let's say this together. I am divine.
I am divine.
I am divine.
I am divine.
I am divine. Yes, indeed you are. Remember that this week, because when we remember it, we are bringing our mind back to where we are. You are always one with the infinite presence that is God, not sometimes, but always. And remember that there is more than enough of all things for every form of life on this planet. There is more than enough. There is more than enough for you. I don't know about you, but I have lived in a time in my life where I didn't know what I was going to cook for dinner, because I would drive home from work with my little girl and I'd just say, God, put something in front of me that we can eat that's out of the refrigerator. And that always happened. I was always able to create some sort of mystery meal because back then my mind was over here saying there's not enough. And so that's what the law gave me. Not enough. Boy, there wasn't enough money, there wasn't enough food, blah, 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 blah. And then my mom got a hold of me and turned me on to this form of thinking. Thank you, Mom. And remember to be mindful and to bring your mind back to where your body is so you can experience and appreciate the exquisite present moment. And I'm going to invite you to look into a copy of this book, The Art of Abundance, by Dennis Merritt Jones. He goes in more depth through the rest of the book into a way to connect with your abundance through various practices that allows you to really see and experience the abundant life that you are. You are walking, talking abundance all the time. Because of all those billions of cells, there's 30 trillion cells in our body. And so you are all of that walking around. So you are abundance. You are the gift that is the divine here on this planet. So before I end this, I would just like to take a moment to do a prayer for each one of us. And so I'm just going to invite us to turn within, and you can close your eyes or not, it doesn't matter. But we're just going to be here together in prayer, where I recognize that there's only one life, one power, one presence, one creator. That divine creator that has created each one of us, everyone on this planet, and all of those who have come before us. I know that each one of us is a blessing this day and always. I speak my word for all of us here this morning, knowing that we are abundant in every way. We are abundantly healthy. We are abundantly loved. We are abundantly talented. We are abundantly gifted with all that is necessary to make our lives even more beautiful. I not only know this truth for each one of us, but I know this truth for people around us, our family members, our friends, the people we bump into at the grocery store. It doesn't matter. We are all a part of this beautiful world. We are all a part of the divine. And I know that as we move away from this time together, that we are blessed beyond measure, knowing that we are abundant, we are mindful, we are joyful. And so I give thanks for all of this knowing. I give thanks knowing that each one of us moves forward into life today, feeling the abundance that is within us. I give thanks for it. I release my word into that law that always says yes. And I just let it be so. And so it is.
Offertory? There's no second, sir.
What?
Offertory.
Offertory. It does say that. It's time for the offering. This is the time for our joyful giving. And when we give joyfully from an attitude of abundance, what we are doing is sharing our gifts with this wonderful center that gives and receives, and this center tithes as well. So your gift, your tithe, your offering is special for us. Do we have an offering affirmation? It's on the screen. All righty. So let's repeat our offering affirmation together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
Thank you for giving, and thank you for receiving, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, thank you for believing, and thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, bless you for your sharing, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are. Being who you are.
And we take a moment now to just bless all of these gifts that have been given with an open and abundant heart. I know that these gifts move forward into the world to do their perfect work, and they are a blessing as the giver is blessed. And so we just know this is true, we release it, and we let it be by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eileen Swenson.
Good morning, everyone. Let's see here. Let me just get to my little section here. I think there's a section here for me. If not, I'll just here it is. Hello, my name's Ed, and I'm the board president. And I want to give out some beautiful announcements. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you to all the women that have taken a position of standing up for many people in this country, and especially in our shelter. And I know that the women of our country are very powerful. And I just want to thank all of you for being a part of that power and to recognize who we are and what we are. And I'm not saying anything that men are not. I'm just saying I think this is the time for the women to stand up and to speak loud and to take the action that needs to be taken. And with that, the first is about our shelter. And the reason why I wanted to make that entrance is because, you know, we've been doing a women's shelter for almost 5 years now, 4 to 5 years. And I have seen And each time we do this, when we take women from the streets, and they're fragile, they've been belittled, their personality and their self-worth has been diminished. And then they come here to the shelter, and we begin to help them reveal what's inside them, as Reverend Carrie said. We just help them see the God within themselves and to bring it out. And I shared this with one lady one time, and I said, I see the real person in you, inside you, and we're going to help you bring that out, to get the power back of individuality, of personality, of making decisions, and most importantly, to know who you are. So with that, we have programs that if you want to participate in donating a meal, it's on our e-blast. And I don't know, David, do we have the link? It's real simple. It's crsredlands.org/meal. And you can participate by giving a meal. Our shelter continues until April 30th. Also, we are seeking some volunteers. We have about 6 weeks left. And so any of you, including the men, you have to have a woman to be part of the shifts. And I'm going to be committing probably on the Mondays starting next week. And anyone who would like to partner with me, any female would like to partner with me, the shift is from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. And we're looking for some other individuals that would like to participate on these shifts. And it's an experience, again, like I said, so many times we don't realize who we touch and who we, what happens when we meet someone or talk to someone or give somebody a message. But now is the time for you to find out, because you can be a part of that. Also, Holly is, where's Holly? Holly's right there. Holly is providing a book club. And David, so if you have any questions about Holly's book club, come and see Holly. And also Holly and David are also volunteering on the market days starting again this month in March. It's on downtown Redlands. It's a great experience. Again, it's just expressing yourself and being who you are and meeting people. See Iris for more information about the Earth Day projects to be held here at our church center on April 20th. It's from 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. And they're going to be talking about a lot of things. Edible wild greens will be held indoors, 9 a.m. to 10:30. The neighborhood cleanup held outdoors, and 10:30 to 11:45 pollination gardens, also outdoors. So there'll be different groups that will be here if you want to learn anything about that, and that's April 30th. The Ukraine concert and fundraiser is set for Friday night, March 27th at 5:30 p.m. for potluck, and then the concert begins at 6:30 p.m. and bring your guests. And those are really, Gilman puts on a great concert for these fundraisers for Ukraine, and it's wonderful. And as you know, our brothers and sisters there need our help. Today is our board meeting at 11:30. And if you wish to make any comments, you can attend. And then join us for our snacks and fellowship afterwards. And I just want to say thank you and power to the women of our world. And thank you very much.
All right. There we go. I used to think I'd always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation, but on the outside, things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Oh, why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. Loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. No separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open, wide open, wide open. Go have a donut.